Hey, so there's a controversy going around about this guy, Fox Goodman. If you didn't know, he traced the Odd Ones Out's art and said that that was okay. He asked for $100,000 for a face reveal of him and this guy, Matt Spicer, and that's also for them to do quote unquote free giveaways, and that's just not the definition of free. And he said everything that he's done is completely 110% justified. So let's see how justified this guy is.
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
Fox, the first minute and a half of your response video to DaftPina is useless. This is the only thing, pretty much, said throughout the entire time.
Like Fox Goodman, he got fucked hard by my video. I didn't think my video would get that many views, but he got fucked extra hard. Whoops.
Yeah, Fox, we don't want to hear that for a minute and a half. And if you don't believe me that he said that the majority of the time, I tallied how many times he said that phrase and how many times he said literally anything else. And he said that phrase 5 times, and anything else was said once, just one time.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back. As you can see, I look a little different right now.
Fox, it's great that you look different. I mean, usually you just trace. So, yeah, thumbs up to you for looking different. Anyway, let's get on to that apology of yours.
$1 million question. If you don't know what the $1 million question is, let me tell you. Fox Goodman, do you trace? Yes.
Now, this is where you apologize for tracing, right?
Could I make my own videos with my own art style? Well, yeah, that's why I look different right now. But I am a clone channel, and I want to make videos like the Odd Ones Out. So I'm pretty sure anyone who watches my videos can obviously see that I'm a clone. Do you guys know what a clone is? Because apparently some people don't. So let's see what Life Noggin has to say about all this clone stuff.
Cloning is the process of producing a genetically identical copy of a living organism. It's easy to clone in my world. My animator can just copy and paste and voila, I've got 20 best friends. My animator can just copy and paste and voila.
I mean, I'm not 100% identical. Just take a look. But I still am a clone channel though, and that is why I trace.
Okay. So you admit that you could draw in your own style, but you don't want to because you're a clone channel. And then to back up your point, you bring in Life Noggin's definition of a clone. Now, when Life Noggin and, to an extent, Google are talking about cloning, they're talking about the process of cloning a living organism, not copying someone's art, which, by the way, art theft includes tracing. And just because your art is ever so slightly different, I mean, your head's a kind of different shape, that doesn't have enough differences in it to constitute for you not being an art thief. In my opinion, a good example of a clone channel that uses the same art style as the Odd Ones Out would be an Even Twos In, as they use the same art style, yes, but they completely do the opposite of the Odd Ones Out in a sense. For one, their name is the complete opposite, and also, instead of being white, which is a light color, they're a very dark blue, which is a dark color. So if you want to be a clone channel, either do something more like an Even Two Sin, or do something more like more traditional clone channels like Tabs and Tim Tom, which have a different art style but do things very similar to the Odd Ones Out.
We're going to talk about the 3 best ways to spot a tracer. If you trace the whole couch, then it ends up looking terrible and traced.
I never knew using Google Images was such a bad thing. I mean, I use Google for everything. Who doesn't use Google, right? Everyone uses Google. But I noticed that I got a lot of hateful comments on Twitter for me using images or clip art from Google. And when I see some of my favorite YouTubers using Google Images in their videos, then I want to do it too. Take a look at Young Don the Sauce God, Jaden Animations, The Game Theorist, and PewDiePie. And that's just a small handful. And if my favorite YouTubers are using Google Images and a whole lot of other YouTubers get to use Google Images in their videos, then why can't I? What makes me so different? I don't think using Google Images is such a bad thing.
This is actually something I agree with Fox on because, well, I don't think he should get backlash for something that almost every other animator does. Almost every animator uses Google Images, so why can't he? Is it because he's getting a bunch of backlash and hate just at the moment? If so, that's not really a valid reason to not let him use Google Images. I think that Fox should be able to use Google Images. So Fox, good for you on using Google Images.
And Matt Spicer. Now who's Matt Spicer? You might be asking. Well, he's also Fox Goodman.
Oh, this is going to be my personal favorite part about this entire video. Tracing is one thing and stolen art is another, but we already got that out of the way. But the Illuminati now? Really? Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person. Well, the short answer is, I am Fox Goodman and not Matt Spicer. Some people believe me, and I respect that. But some people like to do some CSI stuff, proving that two different people are the same person. So, for all the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists out there who rely on stuff like the spectrogram and comparing frequencies, it's 100% false.
Now, I'm not saying that Fox Goodman is Matt Spicer, but in DaftPina's video, he provides a very good amount of evidence pointing to the conclusion that they're the same person. So I'm going to link Daft's video in the description, and yeah, you can go watch that to see a very in-depth look at how they're the same person.
Well guys, I think I found a way on how to go to VidCon next year for free. And you all know how I really want to go to VidCon one day, but now I want to go in style. I want my plane ticket to be first class. I'm talking about a 5-star hotel and a limousine. It's going to be Subway sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the best part is, I finally get to show the Odd Ones Out and Jane Animations my fan art.
Fox, don't you think you're asking for a little much for when you go to VidCon?
And the only way to prove that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are not the same person is with a double face reveal in one video.
Then why don't you just show us your faces now? Wait, you're gonna ask for something absolutely ridiculous, aren't you?
This is where GoFundMe comes into play. Let me tell you why I will start a GoFundMe. I love watching Mr. Beast and love when he does these crazy videos where he is giving stuff away for free.
Good enough.
Yeah, get him his change.
Here's your change. We don't want anyone to leave sad, so here's $100 then. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Just go for it. Take it.
Oh my god. But don't make me throw money at you.
Money fight!
I want to be like Mr. Beast, but for animations. I want to give away free iPhones, free Androids, free wireless headphones, free gift cards, you name it, you got it. But this stuff isn't cheap. And I want to have crazy, awesome giveaway videos too. This is why I want to raise $100,000 out of this GoFundMe. 50 is going to be for me, Fox Goodman, and the other 50 is going to be for Matt Spicer. I am pretty sure Matt Spicer would agree to something like this. But if you are right, then you can keep every single dollar out of that GoFundMe. You can get paid $100,000 to publicly humiliate me or do what you're best at.
I'm gonna go through your videos one more time, comb through it, make a part 2, and say, Fox Goodman is tracing part 2. What do you think of that? Don't try me.
Just take a seat because, like I said before, you're all bark but no bite. Because again, that's the kind of person you really are.
and being a bitch.
So let's see how confident you are now and put your money where your mouth is.
Fox, when Mr. Beast does free giveaways, they're actually free because they're using his own money or the money from sponsors like Quid and Audible. What you're doing is asking for your fans to pay for you to do free giveaways, which it's just not free.
As you can see, I have no problem making videos in my own art style, but I am a clone channel, and I like being a clone channel. And hey, who knows? I actually might make a few videos in my own art style in the future, because you never know, right? But I am curious though, which Fox Goodman do you like? Me being a clone or using my own art style? What do you guys like? Let me know with a comment down below.
Fox, I think most people can agree with me on this when I say that I think you should draw in your own style and not trace the odd ones out. I feel that Fox should retry the apology that he was going for and instead actually apologize for tracing the odd ones out's art. By doing this and not continuing to trace, I feel that he will subside a lot of the hate and backlash that he is currently getting. Hey guys, I'm here in an after video bit, and I just wanted to explain myself. I wanted to explain why all my old videos are now private. Basically, I wasn't really happy with the quality of the content that I was producing and putting out into the world, and I didn't really enjoy that I wasn't putting all my effort into it. So I hope you can agree with me, and I hope that you can continue to enjoy the content that I produce, and I will attempt to produce much higher quality content from now on. Thank you, and, well, good night, or good morning, depending on the time you're watching this.